Gamer, I kind of noticed lately that you've been you've been less than excited for some of our I guess less than spooky SCPs that we've been covering and such.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, man. It's just like that's what have popped up on the roster and such.
I mean, it's fine. I don't blame you for it.
Thanks. Well, given the holiday spirit, I think I've got a gift for you. Something a little bit more serious than we've done in the bit. Like a little bit more darker, a little bit more spoopy, maybe.
Spoopy good.
Yeah,
I like spoopy.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me just introduce this thing with a little bit of a song. We've read Santa, a drunkard, and Blackwood, a sea slug, Gordo's and Mother, and hey, what's this weird mug? But do you recall the cutest SCP, a slime ball? SCP-999, a little yellow goopy guy. And if you ever hugged him, you would feel warm and sigh. All of the other entries couldn't hold a candle to him. Not even Joey Fucknuts made me want to sing this hymn. On this creepy pasta show, I would like to say this. Oh, hello and welcome to Al Dente Rigamortis, for I'm Review Cultist.
I am Mikey, the U stands for evil.
And I'm flabbergasted. Oh, also the gamer in yellow.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Wow.
I've got a full version too. Like I cut like that cuts out like the creep like the Al Dente part.
Pressed on multiple levels. That you blended all that together, but also like segued that directly into the intro somehow.
Right?
Fuck, dude.
Hey man, I'm not just an artist. I'm an artist.
Well, you are the bard of the group, so that's understandable.
That is true, yes.
Nicely done, sir. Very nicely done.
Thank you. But yes, so we're here to discuss those internet stories most creepy and most pasta, and be critically silly doing it, as has been shown right here.
Yeah, a little bit.
And tonight we are going to cover for SCP-Cember around Christmas time. Which is funny because this has nothing to do with Christmas. SCP-999, otherwise known as the Tickle Monster. So SCP-999 is by ProfSnider on scp-wiki.wikidot.com.
Favorite website.
I love saying it like that.
I know.
Otherwise known as the SCP Foundation main website.
It's such a mouthful to say.
Yeah,
but that's why I love it.
Yeah. Now I could break into a carol again for the rundown. I'm not going to, because I actually did a proper rundown on this.
Wow.
Although I could, based on the full version, I just realized I could do the full rundown as just the song, but I'm not going to.
Because the song runs down the entire thing.
Kind of.
It's awesome.
I'll send you the link to the song, actually.
Hell yeah.
Like the lyrics, just so you can read it. It's really fun.
No, I want to hear it.
Okay, I'll do it after the episode.
Okay.
So yeah, SCP-999 is a cute, harmless, tickling slime monster with the nature of a playful puppy and a big heart towards all animals, most of all humans, because we're all just animals.
Is it most of all humans or just including humans?
I think it's specified like he favors humans.
Nice.
Because he's the cutest
best friend.
Yeah, exactly. He's literally man's best friend. Like he's like, look out, beagles.
Yeah.
It has also so SCP-999 has won the hearts and love of all staff within the facility it currently resides in, possibly even the whole Foundation itself, and has free reign to move about the facility it lives in, as long as it doesn't leave the premises and also gets a proper bedtime. It feeds on candies and sweets, but gets an upset tummy if it drinks carbonated beverages, and very hyper if those same drinks are caffeinated. Aside from a cute factor, it literally makes anyone and anything it hugs and nuzzles feel better and happy. In fact, the Foundation is currently working to create an antidepressant from its slime. SCP-999 was also tested upon another SCP entity, 682, a very angry and violent reptile beast. And the results were phenomenal, with the creature being placated eventually to the point of pleasant slumber. But then, upon attempting to remove 999 from the containment cell, 682 woke up and nearly escaped containment, slaughtering any person in its path. However, it should be noted that 999 attempted to rescue those it could during this event until 682 was eventually recontained. SCP-999 seems to want to play with SCP-682 even after these events, but 682 is being very rude and won't have any of it. Finn.
Yeah, 682 is a dick.
Yeah, 682. I hate 682.
How dare.
So yeah, I don't have anything for Grammar Inquisition. Do you guys?
I do not.
Mikey?
I have a it sentence.
All right, hang on.
Mikey's entering the nitpick nook real quick.
Yeah. Hang on, I gotta do this a double whammy. Everyone tolerates the Grammar Inquisitions at this point. And now, an it sentence with Mikey. The E stands for evil. Take it away.
Its eating methods are similar to those of an amoeba. Finn.
Nice.
Yeah. Fair.
So, for those unaware, Mikey does these normally strings of sentences, but sometimes singular sentences to highlight all these sentences in a story that start with words they shouldn't, like it's, ands, or buts. Because there's always better words to use. Being said.
I mean, it's pretty, like, even with that one, it's pretty easy to get the context. Like, it eats like an amoeba, therefore it's probably like an amoeba.
Yeah. It could have used a lot of descriptors, like this cute little ball of joy. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many things you can call it.
But yeah. All right, let's dive into actual thoughts for this episode. Let's start with the. I'm going to start with the description we get. As soon as I pull it up. So SCP-999 appears to be a large amorphous gelatinous mass of translucent orange slime weighing about 54 kilograms or 120 pounds, with a consistency similar to that of peanut butter. And then it goes on with like its like malleability and stuff like that. At no point does it mention eyes. So there's a lot of fan art for SCP-999 out there. Specifically because it's popping up in a fairly recent game of the SCP, Fragmented Mind. What was it called?
I believe it's Fragmented Minds, yes.
Yeah,
that's the one that we actually learned about this guy from.
Yeah, because
that's when I first saw him.
Yeah, and every like image I've seen of him, just making sure I'm not telling lies, because I was like, I haven't like every image I've seen of SCP-999 has him as this adorable giant yellow ooze, or like little yellow ooze, or giant yellow ooze in some cases.
I mean, I don't want to call him not yellow, but he's orange.
He kinda, yeah. It's like yellowish.
It says he's orange.
Oh, does it? Okay.
He's reddish. He's reddish yellow.
Yes. That said, like he also has like cute beady eyes in a lot of the images, and at no point does it describe him with beady eyes in the story or in the entry. Yeah. So, like to me, like based on the entry, he reminds me more of Splat from Strange Worlds, the new Disney movie, where there's like a little like a goopy alien that is basically like an amoeba, like a sentient amoeba.
Mm-hmm.
And
I saw him like he's just a big orange flubber.
Yeah, basically, yeah, it's like an orange flubber. It's orange flavored flubber.
Yeah.
Or like the Blob, but friendly. and not like not carnivorous at all. But yeah, so like image wise, appearance wise, like that's what has caught me first off, because I was going in here expecting to hear about like the cute beady eyes, but I received none in the description.
That being said, he can make his form shape like whatever he wants. So for all we know, he like formed like little sockets for eyes or something.
I just realized
I just wish it was said.
he's the friendliest Shoggoth.
Yeah,
because he can manifest his own new plasteel organs and such. Like he can manipulate and make new organs and pseudopods and such.
Also, regarding how we first saw him,
Mhm.
it's through like I think it was on Twitter or something when they're advertising some stretch goal that they reached to add hugging of different SCPs into the game.
Yeah, hugging and petting.
Yes, and one of them was being hugged by 999.
Yes.
Who also isn't translucent in that image either.
Yeah, I mean it's probably like just a. Well, I mean, a lot of the images don't make him like look really translucent. He kind of looks like the consistency, like he looks very opaque comparatively. That said, like it's just creative license, really. So.
Also, well, for that video, also it was a black background, like
yeah, exactly. Well, I'm also. Oh, actually, I've seen there's like one or two pictures that actually do some transparency, but like most of the time, you don't really see it. But
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Regardless, continuing on, we got this thing here. While the creature will interact with anyone, it seems to have a special interest in those who are unhappy and hurt in some way. Persons suffering from crippling depression or PTSD, for example, have reported having a far more positive outlook on life after multiple interactions with SCP-999. The possibility of manufacturing antidepressants from SCP-999's slime is currently being discussed. I was going to say, like, as I was reading this, like, based on, like, the description and stuff before we got to the manufacturing of antidepressants, I was going to say this creature is basically the solution to people losing their shit when confronted by the various sanity-blasting horrors of the SCP.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Just have a couple of consultations with SCP-999 after you've done some tests. And you feel much better.
As far as they don't have him on the payroll, honestly.
Yeah, well, they kind of do. They pay him in sweets and candy and like free reign of a facility.
That's true.
And then we get this part here. Speaking of like paying him in sweets and stuff, SCP-999's diet consists entirely on candy and sweets, with M&M's TM and Necco TM wafers being its favorites. Its eating method is similar to that of an amoeba. So I guess a lot of the images and stuff I've seen like show him like eating cookies, online, and I guess those are kind of valid because like they can that counts as like a sweet or like maybe not candy, but it does count as sweets.
Yeah.
Also, gotta appreciate the use of TM when using brand product naming. Just for me, it made it seem a little. It makes the article, the entry seem a little bit more official, like from a government agency, like they would put the TM there.
Would they though?
Yeah, when referencing a branded product, they would still put that in there for like for bureaucracy sense.
Even if it's a form that's not supposed to see public eyes.
Yeah, just in case it does get declassified someday.
I guess, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. Also, I can't help but want to combine two things from Eclipse Phase into this. So Eclipse Phase, for anyone who doesn't know, is a transhuman sci-fi horror RPG where humanity is like uplifted to like we can just like switch bodies and stuff like that. And there's like creepy alien viruses that like mutate people and mutate like biology and sometimes like mechanical things. And so like either as a threat or even as a thing that is being considered a threat but is not, and the player characters would have to like protect it at all costs against like the people that are misunderstanding it. So in Eclipse Phase, there's an alien monster threat called a jelly. There's also an alien life form that is a giant walking amoeba, but the jelly kind of fits the description of that we get here for 999 a lot more. Like it literally is a giant like Jello mold creature with tentacles.
Yeah.
Versus the amoeba, which is like an amoeba.
Yes.
And there's also a drug in the game called Comfort, which lowers your stress levels when you ingest it in its yogurt-like format. So you just kind of combine those two things together, like combine a jelly with and give it the same effects as Comfort. And don't make the jelly a threat to transhumanity life.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a mind-altering alien threat called the Buddy Brick, which is like so it's like so they call it a basilisk hack. It's basically like a pattern, or there's like a pattern on something or a signal coming off of it that hacks the human brain to want to do something. And so the Buddy Brick basically, like you look at it, you see the patterns, you fail your sand check, and you want to hold this brick and get closer to this brick, no matter what dangers there are. Like, and it was used in the game, like in the history of the game, to kind of like lure people in, and the Buddy Brick would have something inside of it that would basically like disintegrate people. So it would like make people want to like hug this thing, and then they die.
So it's literally a portal companion.
Yeah, well, except it has an actual like it's well, the Buddy Cube, like spoilers, maybe not spoilers, but the companion cube is a placebo. Like there is nothing, as far as I know, there's nothing special about the companion cube. Watch, this is where we get tons of hate mail from portal stands or companion cube stands. And anyway, yeah, like it's kind of like the companion cube, except if it actually had like a viral like reason for it to actually like work.
Yeah.
For you to feel like companionship to it and such. But yeah, combine those kind of things, like combine the Buddy Brick, the Comfort, and the jelly monster together, and then like make it like not an actual threat, but like make it just this creature that the organization in Eclipse Phase Firewall wants to be destroyed, but then the character's like, no, this thing's actually like really nice and it's actually really helpful. Why are our
mascot now?
Yeah, exactly. No. Yeah, or it's like that pitch. It's like that thing from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Wow.
Where like it's the one like tough woman in the show is just like has like a puppy. It's like, I just met this puppy like 5 minutes ago, but I would kill everyone in here and then myself if anything bad happened to it.
Yeah.
Like there's your like basically I want to make a sympathy pet as the plot device for an Eclipse Phase game.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the more I was like looking at like thinking about it on Eclipse Phase stuff, the urge to write an Eclipse Phase SCP in space campaign was rising. So I'm gonna stop myself from getting too far into that, because like that could be an entire like Plot Growers episode on our Patreon.
Yeah.
Of just how do we use Eclipse Phase to make the SCP in space. But I digress. I'll move on. Actually, I'm not quite done with like game fodder stuff here, because again, looking at SCP-999, this tickle monster kind of creature, this like giant, basically it's a gelatinous cube, but is also like a really friendly and nice one. Low hanging fruit here for me would be to use this in Monster and Other Childish Things, because I think it would be interesting to have a monster in that game that can only do less than lethal attacks. And force the character, like force the player kid who's the friend of the monster to find non-violent solutions to problems as a result of their monster.
Or because the monster won't do it, they have to snap and do it.
Yeah, and then when they, as they're covered in blood from the people they've killed, and they're traumatized because they're children, the blob just kind of like hugs them, and then they feel better about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, clearly that's that. There's the murder hobo player thinking at work. But yeah, I'll move on to another thing here. This is from the addendum SCP-999-A. Last week, someone gave SCP-999 a can of cola along with its usual breakfast. Not only was it literally bouncing off the walls for half an hour, the carbonation made SCP-999 visibly queasy afterwards, and it refused to move or eat for the rest of the day. SCP-999 has thankfully recovered since, but the staff member in question has been reprimanded. Then we just cut away to the firing squad outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's down in the dungeon. He's on quarters.
Yeah, or like just in like the site, because I imagine the site is close to a prison. He's just in solitary confinement, or no, even worse, he's become a D class.
Yeah, he's just sitting there like eating his crappy like lunch with the rest of the D class. He's like, I deserve this. This is fine.
Yeah, he's eating orange.
I know what I did.
He's eating orange Jello.
As he's like crying.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not died. And then that D class, along with one other, was tasked with removing 999 from 682's cell.
Yes.
So, and then the next thing here. So the following report. The following is a report from an experiment in which SCP-682 is exposed to SCP-999 in the hopes that it will curb the creature's omnicidal rage. So I kind of knew what 682 was. Like, I've heard of it, but I didn't fully know what it was because I don't think we've ever done an episode on it, and I don't think I've ever properly read the entry. So guess what we're doing next week, guys?
We're doing Jeffuary?
No, we still got one more. Technically one more week of SCP-Cember. So
good, a little bit of a buffer before I can be disappointed.
Yes. And then for context here, SCP-682 is a large unknown reptile creature with omnicidal rage. Or is very violent toward people, very grumpy. And in fact, we get Addendum SCP-999-B. SCP-999 is released into SCP-682's containment area. SCP-999 immediately slithers toward SCP-682. 999, elated gurgles. 682, unintelligible groans, growling. What is that? SCP-999 moves in front of SCP-682, jumping up and down in a dog-like manner, while calling out in a high-pitched squealing noise. 682 groans. Disgusting. SCP-682 immediately steps on SCP-999, completely flattening SCP-999. Observers were about to abort the experiment when SCP-682 started talking again. 682 grunts. Unintelligible. What is this? I feel good. I love the idea of the staff being mortified that 999 might have been killed. Like, I just like my image, like my headcanon here is like when 682 squishes 999, the scene just flashes over to the staff, just like mouths agape, like no.
Yeah.
And then also 682's speech here, to me, just kind of was just fun for me to read. Like, that's how I was reading it when I was reading it the first time, was that like kind of guttural bass.
Yeah.
But I also kind of like the idea of, like, again, just like when he squashes it, and then like for some reason when I was reading some of his lines, I kind of started filling in some little bits, and it's like he was like looking at SCP-999 is like, what is this? Disgusting. I love it. Like, just like immediately switch it, like, because like, again, how can you be mad at 999? But yeah, this whole dynamic between SCP-682 and 999 is like if a peppy, colorful girl became best friends with an edgelord goth girl.
Yeah, basically.
Like one of them is like super peppy and colorful, and then like the other side of the room is just like grayscale, like black and white. But yeah, I'll move on to the next thing here. SCP-682 and SCP-999 continued the tickle fight until SCP-682 finally wears down and appears to fall asleep, with what would appear to be a smile on its face. After 15 minutes with no activity, 2 D-Class personnel enter the room to retrieve SCP-999. When SCP-999 is removed, SCP-682 immediately wakes up and unleashes an unidentifiable wave of energy from its body, all the while laughing maniacally. All persons within the wave's range collapse into crippling fits of laughter, allowing SCP-682 to escape and slaughter all in its path. Meanwhile, SCP-999 quickly rescues as many persons as it can, taking them to a safe place to recover from SCP-682's laughter wave, while agents suppress and recontain SCP-682. So there's a little bit here for me to digest. At first, I was like, those poor D-Class.
Yeah.
Going into the figuratively, maybe, Dragon's Lair to retrieve 999.
Until we find another SCP that is more dragon-like. This is the most dragon.
I mean,
of all of them.
there was the wizard dragon in the painting.
They weren't physical though.
They were metaphysical and in dreams and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when 682 immediately woke up, I was like, well, those two are dead. And then it emitted a wave of energy that caused laughter, like crippling laughter. And I was like, not expecting that. But then he started slaughtering things in his path. So it was just a roller coaster of actions.
Yeah, I thought he was like actually being nice or something. Like,
yeah, it's like, oh, he's
but
actually
no.
Yeah, no, he escaped. It killed all he could, all in his path. And it was good to see also SCP-999 try its best to help where it could. Like, he really is the bestest goo.
How do you think he does these things? Like, how can he like help people and pick them up and carry them to safety? Does he just like absorb them?
I figure like he like wraps them up in himself and it just rolls to safety.
Yeah.
Or just like makes some extra pseudopods and like swings like just grabs them like a poorly made like goo toy from the 90s, like has them stick to him, and then just like kind of like uses pseudopods like Spider-Man to like fling through the corridors to safety.
Yeah, actually, I can see that.
Also, we get this bit of dialogue from 682 at the very end, like in his response to like to 999 wanting to like play with him after these events. That fledgling little unintelligible can data expunged and die. So I definitely think the message declassified would have said this: that fledgling little stain can fuck off and die.
Yeah, probably.
Also, fetulant. Adjective. Of or containing dirt, sediment, or waste matter. I learned a new word today. I was like, what the hell is that?
I forgot to look that one up. Yeah, good call.
Because at first I kept thinking it was like flatulent, like he was saying, but it's like, no, it's fetulant. It's like, what the hell's that? Also, bad monster. Bad. How dare you say those things about 999? You know what? Fuck it. We're not going to cover your entry next week. Fuck you, asshole.
Oh. You do not get the spotlight.
No, we should probably cover it just for as it pertains to context for this entry. Fuck.
But then he wins.
Yeah, but does he? Because he's a fictional character.
Yes. I'm fine with it.
Yeah. We're still going to cover it. I'm not going to be happy about it, though.
No. Well, the guy's a dick, so.
Yeah.
Unless he somehow charmed us.
Yeah, and so, unless he somehow like wins us over in his entry, I'm not going to go into that. So we're already not going into that one with a good mind.
Well, I'm going to be going into it with a complete opposite mind to this.
Yeah.
Because this one I went in knowing that it's going to be something that is silly.
Yeah.
But the other one, I'm going to be going in with my normal SCP mind of this is a very terrible creature that needs to be locked up or it will murder everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole omnicidal rage kind of tampers that a little bit. But yeah, that's my actual thoughts for 999. So, Mikey, D stands for evil.
Well, I'm gonna have to say this: that SCP-999 is evil.
Fuck you. I will kill everyone in this
Elaborate.
room and myself if anything goes wrong with SCP-999.
Why?
Well,
Elaborate.
what you fail to realize is that tickling is a form of torture. So he's torturing these people while emitting a euphoria that's basically, oh, this is fine.
Who hurt you, Mikey? Like,
I mean, it does say he eventually
he will
lets
stop.
them
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Like if you tell him to stop, he will stop. It might take some time after, like depending on how much fun he's having. But like, he's
Yeah.
also it's not like it's not bad natured. It's like he's just trying to make you feel better in the best way he knows how. It's like a massage. Full-on
but
body
it's tickling.
massage. Sorry. Sorry, I just couldn't, for some reason I couldn't resist that. Sorry. Yeah, it is, yeah, tickling, but it's also what is tickling but like a laughter-filled massage.
Well, have you ever been tickled for a extended period of time?
Yes, in my childhood.
Yes. 3 days ago. I hated it.
I see. So Gamer Yellow is on SCP-682's side.
Wow.
Yeah. You changed my final thoughts for sure.
How dare you?
I have been swayed.
I mean, there was like when I was going to like again like the Eclipse Phase thing, it's like I could make it that like SCP-999 actually is like a monster, is a threat. But it's just so hard because he's like so cute.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't go into detail as to what actually happens other than the subjects are happy. So it could be draining their energy.
It's like that it's like that new dog Pokemon, that new ghost dog Pokemon that like it's adorable and you want to like pet it and like love it and stuff like that, but as you stay in proximity to it, it's slowly leeching your life force away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it's in the I think the newest like Pokemon game. It's like a ghost dog with like a big shaggy dog with like a candle, and like it shows people like petting it and like hugging it and stuff like that. But its flame is getting brighter, and the person is like getting weaker and weaker until they die.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually that's a legit Pokemon now.
Well, and what if it's sucking away the negative energy, or the will to fight back?
Yeah, true. Like it's removing like stress and stuff like that, but it's like it's basically removing it so much that like you just have you just kind of lay down and die. Just accept
just kind of fuck off and die.
It's like that. I keep referencing media. I'm sorry, but it's like the plot of Serenity in a way.
I don't know if
the Firefly movie. It is a kind of spoiler for the Firefly movie, so like I won't go into detail on it. But there's a plot point in that movie that is very similar to that to what Mikey's getting across.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was my main thought on this.
Actually, to elaborate on that for you, Mikey, I could see like if that is like so again, if I was to make this into a game or something like that, like the characters are like getting all this and like they're getting like their joy drained from them. And then eventually like because this thing's absorbing all the negativity, it eventually unleashes it. Like it just like it just like kind of like how the 682 unleashes the laughter wave. But 999 unleashes a nega wave,
rage wave.
just a rage wave, and suddenly we have riots in the streets because it's like it affects like a large area because it's been building up so much. It's like it is kind of like a Gizmo and the Gremlins sort of situation because like Gizmo is the nice one, but because of Gizmo we get the Gremlins. Like, even though it is like from
Hmm.
like it's from happenstance or even incompetence sometimes, but like it's still like Gizmo's nature's fault. Like the nature of Gizmo, like his biology's fault for like having all these like monster. Like why would a monster like develop that kind of nature to like create evil things from it, even though like the source material is good? Like is it just Gizmo, like all of his negativities built up inside and then like is released when he gets hit by water?
Mm-hmm.
And it manifests into his hellspawn, basically.
Can't help but notice, but you're kind of indirectly suggesting that in a way the world would be a better place without 999, because without his nice cuteness, there
Well,
won't
I mean,
be negativity as well.
this is supposition. This is all theoretical. We have no reason to believe that 999 will do this. As of right now, all we've seen is that 999 is nothing but pure good. But
Okay, puts knife back away.
but I would say, like, if I was to do this in a game, I might have it that like SCP-999, like, or yeah, even have that like maybe after a certain amount of buildup of negativity that he like manifests and like out of people, he mitoses into a bunch of like smaller like versions of him like spawn off of him, and they are monsters. Like they are like the carnivorous, the blob monsters.
Yeah.
Again, like yeah, so like kind of combine it with Gizmo and the Gremlins idea, a little bit.
I mean, it's possible because like they've only done so many experiments on him.
Yeah. I do also like the fact that we basically have an SCP that's the equivalent of puppy therapy.
Yes.
But of course it has to be twisted and turned against us in our little like discussion here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what we do. Mikey truly does win the moniker of the E stands for evil.
I mean, we always do this. When it's something super evil, we give them to the SNTF.
Yeah,
When
that's
it's,
true.
Super nice, we make it the villain.
Yeah. Hey man, we're always pressing for the hard questions or the hard opinions here.
Yeah, totally.
The hot takes, the hottest of takes. But now I really want some hot cakes.
Hot cakes?
Yeah, it's basically pancakes.
Oh,
It's another
did you say
word.
pancakes? This is unrelated.
It is. I'm being silly. Sorry. Continue, Mikey.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of my actual thoughts.
Oh, okay. Well then, gamer, you're up.
Okay. Mike.
So hotcakes.
Yeah. No, actually.
What's the deal with hotcakes? Just call them pancakes. Sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah. Our first note was kind of talked about just how like he's allowed to freely roam and like, but he has to have nap time for an hour and everything, and he has to be in his pen for nap time or during emergency lockdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just like how the Foundation themselves are like protecting this little bugger.
Yeah.
Like with scheduled nap time and ushering him back to his pen when shit goes down, I assume.
Yeah. Also, I would
When there's a containment breach, I imagine there's like a whole bunch of like they're at least holding his quote unquote hands and like leading him back to his pen.
Yeah, basically. Well, I think even from what I've seen in like the trailers and stuff, or I think I have seen 999 in some video footage, some actual play games footage of an SCP game, and like, isn't it like basically like a toddler pen?
Oh, like there's no real locks on it.
No, it's like literally just like it's just like the kind of like pen that you'd wrangle some toddlers in.
Wrangle.
Yeah, well, that's basically what they are, or what it is.
Yeah. But yes, you're probably right.
Mhm.
Because yeah, it's like he knows he has to be there, but doesn't really have to. You don't have to put him in a locked room or nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So next quote is all personnel are allowed inside SCP-999's holding area, but only if they are not assigned to other tasks at the time or if they're on break.
Yeah.
So basically interacting with 999 is akin to like gaming on your phone or like doing stuff that you might do to avoid work.
Yep.
because like everyone wants to hang out with the little guy. You can, but you have to be off the clock.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't be hanging. You can't be hanging. Oh my god, sorry. I gotta stop looking. I'm looking at the SCP-999 like Google images, and I'm going down a rabbit hole. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Welcome to my life.
yeah, but yeah, it's like it's like go on your phone. Exactly. Like you could like the Foundation recognizes the benefits of 999. They also recognize the danger of addiction.
Yes.
So like all things in moderation. Like
You're basically just like you're not getting paid to hang out and be happy here.
Yeah, you're being paid to watch the most dangerous things on the planet or reality itself.
Mm-hmm.
You can hang out with 999 when you've done all your chores.
Yes. And then it goes on to explain how he weighs 120 pounds and he's a consistency that's similar to peanut butter.
Yeah.
I literally chuckled at that because of course they would use something innocent like peanut butter to describe his consistency.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't they?
I also like how his scent changes based on the person.
Yeah. Like he knows. Yeah, how does he know that though?
Does
he have like limited psychic abilities?
It might just be like an innate, like unconscious, like psychic or like mimetic ability he has. Like it just like it changes from person to person. Like it's sort of like it's some kind of scent that is attractive to make people like calm and happy. But it's a mimetic nature, so that it changes from person to person. It's whatever they find.
I wonder if it's basically like person A goes in and he uses scent A, right? But if person A and B go in, do they both smell scent A or do they both smell different things?
I think they both smell different things. I think it's a psychosomatic component, or it's so the scent is probably not. Like we probably don't actually have an accurate reading of what the actual scent is because it affects everyone differently. Like everyone,
it's probably just him basically mind fuggling different receptors and stuff to make you smell something that you enjoy, whatever that is.
Yeah, it's basically he's subtly basilisk hacking somebody's brain to make him smell better.
Yes.
Yeah. Either through the scent itself or through like again some latent psychic ability that it has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is still adorable.
It's adorable, but also kind of creepy.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but I won't push that too much.
I mean, well, yeah. I have a where do I have that note? Subject size and shape is easily malleable and can change shape at will. Though when at rest, 999 becomes a rounded oblate dome, roughly 2 meters wide and 1 meter high. So I didn't know the word oblate. Never heard that before.
Yep.
It basically just means squished down.
Yeah.
Which is, I assumed as much based on the context, but I learned a thing regardless. Which is always nice. Also, he's 2 meters wide.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of goo.
He's 120 pounds, sir.
Yeah, that is a lot of goo. Yeah,
and the consistency of peanut butter. So
it doesn't mean he's the weight of peanut butter.
No, that's true. But that is a lot of that's a lot of Jello.
Yes, it is. Then we get on to how he like hugs people and occasionally hurts them with subdual damage, basically. It says injuries may occur, though 99 has never been found to purposefully attempt to harm others and will immediately back away and contract its body into a quivering mound while gurgling in a manner similar to a whimpering dog, seemingly apologizing for hurting someone on accident.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my guess is like this. Yeah, my guess is the subdual damage isn't him like hurting them like directly. My guess is like when they're thrashing from like the tickle fight or something, they accidentally hurt themselves.
Yeah, he's like squeezing them too hard with a hug and stuff like that.
I don't even think it's like him squeezing them too hard. Again, I think it's just like them like smashing their head on something or like hitting a knee or something like that, and just like getting hurt from that way, like because they're thrashing out from the tickle fight. So
yes,
yeah,
indeed. Mm-hmm. But adorable because he's like he apologizes for.
Exactly. Yeah.
The only thing they could, that's the thing. I don't know if this would actually make him better or worse. This is completely unrelated. I just thought of this now. If he talked, you think him talking would be better or worse?
I think I think it would be worse. I think he shouldn't talk.
Yeah.
I think he should be animal, like little like animal noises, like cute gelatinous animal noises.
Yes.
Like Flubber.
Does Flubber make noise? I guess he
Flubber,
does.
Flubber makes noises. He can kind of like he can't mimic full human voices, but he can like gurgle like little like it's definitely like a distorted, like it's a jelly trying to talk like an animal or a human.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. I'll move on though. So 999 seems to love all animals, especially humans. You're right. Refusing to eat any meat or even risking its own life. Actually, that's worded weird.
Yeah, I think I caught it too.
Any meat and even risking its own life. So it refuses to risk its own life?
It's refusing to eat meat, and then separately
on an unrelated subject.
Yeah.
It also risks its own life to save others.
Yes.
On one occasion, leaping in front of a person to take a bullet.
Yeah.
So my question is, what situation did 999 find himself in that happened?
Mr.
Inger, this is a test. Like they brought a D class into the room and have a suit walk in and shoot.
I think that's exactly what happened. or and all I keep thinking of is the jelly jumping in there, like, Mr. President, get down.
Yeah.
But like in gurgle.
Mm-hmm.
Get down.
Okay, that's fucked up. The Foundation did that. Like, how dare they try to harm
that makes sense.
The goodest boy's little mind.
Yeah, that
emotional damage.
That is, again, like the SCP Foundation is not morally straightforward. they're not on the moral high ground here.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna say something there, Mikey?
Oh, just the thought process that he can block a bullet means that he can solidify himself.
I mean, yeah, it's like, well, a bullet when shot through water, like doesn't that
it slows down, but but it has to like go through a big chunk of water for it to actually.
Not really. Honestly, the movies are wrong in like Saving Private Ryan and shit. When they're swimming underwater and there's bullets whizzing down like 3 or 4 feet, it doesn't do that. Bullets stop like within a foot of water, probably.
Yeah, like according to Mythbusters,
the stronger the bullet, the shorter they stop.
Yeah,
because it hits with so much force that it just destroys it.
Yeah.
That being said, he's also not water.
He's not water, but he is of a jelly nature. So like,
I see him in regards to stopping bullets. He's like that. What's that fluid called?
Non-Newtonian.
Yeah, the stuff where like if you push into it slow, it's goopy, but if you hit it, it's weird.
Yeah, exactly. It's non-Newtonian. Yeah. Non-Newtonian, I think, not non-Newtonian, like like utopia, non-utopian. Yeah, no, it's non-Newtonian, I think, is what you're thinking of.
Yes, I believe it is. Oblique, that's another word for it.
Yes.
Oblique. I don't know. But either way, same shit.
Yep.
Yeah, he could be like that. Mm-hmm. We don't know.
I mean, he can survive being squashed by a giant monster, so.
Yep.
So, he's a goop monster. He's very malleable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Regardless, I hope they didn't just have a D-class walk in and shoot him. I hope it's something like...
I think what they did was they had 2 D-class, one behind, one next to 999, and then one with a gun, and they told the one with the gun to just shoot the D-class to see how 999 would react.
God, that's so fucked up. With how much like they care about protecting him, I imagine that they wouldn't do that though. It has nap time, and yet they're gonna murder someone in front of him.
They're still fucked up, like government, like bureaucratic assholes.
I mean, they are.
They're still gonna run tests.
They're still running
tests. Yeah.
Regardless, I'm hoping that that's not the case, and this happened because like 999 was just walking through the halls, and he saw some other test happen, and he like
leaped
underneath the door and jumped in the way.
Gamer. 99. This facility that 999 is in is the same facility that Monica Pinkston is from.
Yes, it
that
is.
escaped from.
Yeah.
999 is responsible for not having a 100% casualty rating on that facility.
Yeah. He saved a few.
Yes.
He did his best. Or like, yeah, as you just said, during some containment breach, that's when he was jumping in the way of bullets.
Yeah.
One of those things happened, or maybe all of them.
Yeah. Maybe, unfortunately, he also so they were gonna like put down an SCP entity that had escaped, and he got in the way of that too, like from the bullets from there too.
Because yeah, it does say on one occasion leaping in front of a person to stop a bullet from them. So maybe that only happened once, or maybe they're just referring specifically to that one instance.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's how they found him. Maybe he was like a monster friend to some kid or some teenager, and it was in like some shitty part of a city or something like that, and like there was a gunfight going on or something, and that's how he got discovered.
Possible.
He saved his kid friend.
Yeah, it doesn't go on to.
Yeah,
that's one thing. There's nothing in this entry saying how the hell they got him.
Yeah,
he exists. Here he is.
Yeah, I would love a story like that showed us like first contact with SCP-999.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be a full story that's like not directly part of.
I mean, I'd want one, but
I'm just saying a little bit of context would be nice.
Yeah, even like just like a little bit of detail of like where it was recovered would have been cool.
Yeah, because I guess not all SCPs do that. Like have this is how we got him situation. It's just this is what he is. This is how we contain him.
Yeah. Well, I think that's more just an author by author priority.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You don't want to know about the slime wars.
Oh yeah,
I do.
Actually. I also I would also like to talk about the slime wars. Like maybe 999 is the survivor is the sole survivor of the slime wars because all the other ones were evil.
Wow.
He was the one good goo, and all the other goos need to be put down.
Yep.
Wow.
We'll never know
until we write it.
Yeah, basically.
that needs to go on a t-shirt. We'll never know. And on the back until we write it.
Yeah. Then I got onto reading about like the incident with the soda and everything, and like even though you brought it up before I even read this story, it didn't stop me from smiling when I read that.
Yeah,
like him bouncing all over the room and like having an upset tum tum because of
exactly. Like it doesn't say tum tum. It doesn't actually say.
It might as well.
But it might as well because like the guy, like it's clear that whoever who's like writing this report is very protective of SCP-999. Like in a cute in like a pet owner way.
And then we get on to the interaction with 999 and 682. I like that the Foundation's trying to do some good with him, with the little bugger, but that shit's dangerous. Like, the little guy could have got hurt from that.
Yeah, again,
doesn't be hell to pay.
Just got squished and then like, oh no, abort the mission. Wait, stop. He's okay.
I'm assuming at that point they've already tested him enough.
To
know that you can't hurt him.
Well, they were gonna abort the mission. He's like, oh fuck, we fucked up, and then it's like, wait, I see movement, and then like the goop like goes between the fingers or the toes.
Yeah, based on that, I wonder if they've ever tried squishing him because they seemed surprised. Because if they've squished him before and knew that he came back, they wouldn't have blinked an eye at that.
Yeah, maybe subconsciously they were scared to do that because they were worried that like they'd kill him or hurt him.
Yeah. Yeah, they've probably done limited testing on him because they don't want to hurt him.
Now I'm just picturing again, like the SCP Foundation doing that, like that will it press?
The hydraulic press situation.
Yeah, hydraulic press on SCP-999.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah, no wise, that's about it until final thoughts, honestly.
All right. Well, yeah, let's move on to the final thoughts for this episode. Honestly, it's a really cute and silly entry of an SCP, and we've done our fair share of fun and sillier SCPs in the past, like Joey
Sillier
Fucknuts,
than this?
Joey Fucknuts.
I mean, it's silly, yeah. I don't know.
But I'm sorry, Napoleon Bony Parts.
Yeah, he's silly, but there was still darkness to him.
A little bit,
A
but
lot of darkness.
a little bit, but like, yeah, this one's definitely the most wholesome, I would say.
I'm sorry, a little bit. The reason he was happy all the time was because that's his only emotion. He cannot.
He is
actually
literally
talk
a
in the
dog.
way that he is
Yeah.
actually tortured and like horribly fucked up inside from the multiple personalities he has in his head.
That's
yes, I'd say it's dark.
okay. That's fair. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did bring that up. For Bony Parts.
Yes.
And yeah, this one, like, he's literally just he's a gelatinous cube that doesn't like dissolve people, and has the intelligence, or at least has the mannerisms and nature of a fucking puppy dog, like of a happy, like, excitable puppy. And it's like, so the horror wise, that's not really here. Unless you turn it up a little bit. But I would still recommend this for a cute little creature entry, and also for game fodder, because again, like, this could be really fun in a game scenario. And it's also like kind of a nice, like, if you're reading a lot of the more serious like SCPs, this might be a good palate cleanser.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I just realized we never did an initial recommendation.
No, we didn't.
We got too much into the caroling.
Yeah.
That's what happened. But yeah, so I'm gonna recommend this one, like 100%, because like, it's not scary. It's not a scary SCP. It's just a fun, silly SCP, and it's probably one of the most wholesome of them in the SCP Foundation. Well, there is still some fucked up stuff insinuated, but the creature itself is just the most goddamn wholesome creature I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I recommend it. Mikey, D stands for evil.
Well, as I stated before, SCP-999 is totally evil.
How dare.
Totally.
And because of that, he's killing people with kindness and happiness and all things that are roses and
lollipops and rainbows.
Yeah. It's a nice way to go, but it's also one of those tropes, like, what is he sucking out of you when you're in happy land?
You definitely have the mindset of like, not ACEL, the director. You have like director mentality here. It's like, oh, he's super goddamn adorable, but what is he hiding? Like, completely cynical, like no humor, or like no trust whatsoever in the goodness of the universe. Just like, there's no way there has to be a catch.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Points the gun at, like, puts a gun directly at SCP-999. What aren't you telling us?
Well, there has to be a reason that SCP-682 hates it so much.
Yeah, he's just an unhappy asshole.
He hates everything, though, as far as I know.
He's a mean one. 682.
There you go.
He's really got a poo.
You said that this wasn't Christmas related.
Yeah.
We have a Grinch here.
Yeah. Oh, just wait till you hear the rest of the song.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so overall, I'm going to recommend it.
Okay.
Because I really want to know what the evil portion, like, what is it doing? Like, that we don't get in here. Like, yes, it's all sunshine and rainbows, but where's the dark undertone?
When's the pin gonna drop? When's Slime Wars 2? Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe that is, like, again, like, maybe it's a Slime War. The Slime War starts with a good one that just explodes with all the rage and anger of, like, evil slimes, and that's where we get, like, the actual, like, Slime War. And then after the slime war has been dealt with, there's still this cute little like nice one left again to build up its rage and negativity that it's absorbing
until its next cycle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I'm just imagining that like he's talking like Sovereign from Mass Effect. It's like your lives, Ori. Or no, it's like you will be happy. No, you will be happy because we allow it, and you will end because we demand it.
I imagine him saying this while tickling someone.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it was lost in translation because no one could understand.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was just
Yeah, who knows what he's actually saying? He might be saying some fucked up shit.
yeah. Oh no. It's like, oh, stop it! You stop tickling me with your pseudopods. And he's like, these pseudopods are my reproductive organs. Is what the translation is.
A nice Murloc impression, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am with you, honestly, Mikey, in regards to there being some sort of creepy angle to this would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe because all the addendums and everything about it is 999 is adorable. Why would anyone want to hurt him? Fuck you.
Yeah. That's the Basel hack.
Yeah, but it'd be kind of interesting if there was one that was kind of questioning things, or just something a little different.
Well, maybe that's part of it. Anyone who comes into contact with it is happy and doesn't notice the evil side of it.
Yeah.
In fact, they want to spread the happiness with antidepressants made from its goo.
Yeah. Oh God! You know what this is? This is the Stuff movie.
It's the Stuff.
The Stuff.
Wow.
Anybody who hasn't heard of it or seen it, go watch this 1980s horror movie, like social commentary and parody movie called The Stuff by Roger Corman.
You said that with such certainty.
I'm like quickly like it's like, oh sorry, by Larry Cohen. It's literally about a goop that is discovered and then somebody turns it into like a confectionery or like a food supplement kind of thing.
No, they find it and some guy goes, "I'm gonna taste it. This tastes real good.
Yeah,
let's just package it up as yogurt and sell it to people."
Yeah, and there's a whole marketing thing, like propaganda about it, and like the whole movie is about an investigator working for big ice cream companies that want to shut down the Stuff, and then he discovers this like the dark secret behind what the Stuff actually is, and it's like way weirder than you expect it to be.
Yeah.
It's great, but yeah, it's basically like SCP-999 turned like when we find out the dark secret between SCP-999, like what it's actually doing and stuff.
Yeah, actually, going back to the antidepressant thing, like how would they be doing that? As in, like removing slime from him, or analyzing slime for what its components are, and then artificially fabricating more.
Okay. So honestly, that's how drugs are made, gamer. is extracting the chemicals, like finding out what the chemical compositions are and seeing how they affect people and then reproducing them in manufacturing them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, because if they were actually physically taking slime out of him, I don't know if he can create more of himself.
He obviously he must be able to, but like
why?
Well, I mean, maybe not must be able to, but I assume he is able to.
What factual evidence do you have?
Nothing. But no, like I assume like they're either getting like scrapings off of his outer exterior, or like they are like extracting like inner material, because they know exactly like how thick the membrane is.
Yeah.
So and while it may stop a bullet, like if they figure out like how to like put a needle through and to extract some samples. So
dude, if it can stop a bullet flat, why don't they make freaking body armor out of it?
Yeah, well again, like they have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Or like if we can find a way to reproduce SCP-999, suddenly we now have the new gel-layered Kevlar armor of the SCP Foundation that is also talking, like just gurgling and occasionally like hugging you on the inside. It also
It's constantly hugging you, keeping you safe.
So you're basically it's an anti-sanity loss armor.
Yeah,
it works both ways. It protects you from bullets and also protects your mind from the horrible things you're seeing. So it makes you a
I want a set.
Wait, so it makes you a sociopath in combat.
That's fine.
So there's our dark thing. Is like, yeah, like it's there's the double-edged sword. It's like, yes, it's stopping you from like losing your shit and stuff like that. But in doing so, because of the shit you're doing, it's making you a sociopath.
Yeah. Yeah, thinking about that, having exposure to 999 during our combats
constantly is not a good thing.
Would not be good.
No, you would definitely like afterward, it's good for like the therapy of like engaging in combat in like life or death situations.
Mm-hmm.
But having it there on site, like that's gonna also like I feel bad for the slime too, because like it's having to deal with this shit as well.
Well, I also wasn't talking about having it a living slime. Like if his makeup,
if it could be
like
extracted.
alive or dead, quote unquote, just acts like that, then just his material.
But what if he's
in as that?
What if all of him is sentient? Like, what if like by fabricating him or extracting bits of him, what if they just made a new smaller version that will grow into a new one?
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because that's the thing. Like, it's an amoeba. It's a slime. So, like, a lot of the times in slime stuff, like, every part of them is basically like a sentient thing or alive.
Yeah, that's why in video games, when you kill the big slime, it makes a whole bunch of little slimes.
Exactly.
And then you have to kill the smaller slimes and smaller until they go away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Fantasia effect.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, I'll stop talking.
Yeah, so what's your recommendation, gamer?
Oh, okay, my turn to start talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly, I'll recommend it. I have a recent SCP-based... I gave a recent SCP-based story some shit the other day because it wasn't creepy at all. And no, 999's not creepy. But, it's not creepy as in no... Not more so than like a living cartoon in real life would be creepy.
Yeah,
because that seeing it exist would not be. It wouldn't just be like, okay, that's there, that's fine. Like,
yeah, no, there'd be an initial like shock.
Yeah, like you would have to acclimatize to it because, like I said, it's literally like there's a cartoon character.
Yeah,
like this should not be here.
If
it has big doughy eyes like that, which
yeah.
probably does.
And like honestly, every time I remember when I first saw this thing in like an actual play of the game, I was like, okay, what's this thing's deal? Because there's no way this thing's harmless. It's in an SCP Foundation facility. There's no way that's a harmless thing. What fuckery does this thing do?
Mm-hmm. But now you know the truth.
Yes,
it is harmless. Or is it?
That's my secret. I'm always harmless. It's just meatwad. What?
I thought you said it doesn't talk.
Yeah,
there you go.
There, yeah.
Translation.
That's my secret. I'm always harmless.
But either way, reading this, it's impossible to hate this little bugger.
Okay, you keep saying little bugger. I feel like you should be saying little blubber.
Nice. High five.
High five.
Okay.
There, sorry.
Yeah. Because he's not traditionally creepy and all that, but I like that this. Man, I hate how my brain is because last time we were talking about Monica, the gun lady. I'm like, I don't like how this is not SCP.
And then we get this.
And then I read this. I'm like, I like how this is not SCP.
Okay. Because
it isn't though.
I think I understand.
Procedural.
Yeah, I understand what you're like because like in that one it blew up, literally blew a hole through an SCP facility and went outside off the grid from SCP Foundation.
Yeah,
this one is within a facility. It's being monitored by the SCP Foundation. There's there's tests being done by the Foundation. So there go. It's an SCP Foundation story more than say the Monica one was.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. It is still the same sort of format. There's just no creepiness to it.
Yeah.
But I also get why he's imprisoned there.
Yeah.
Because like if that thing gets out, people will use it for good or bad or destroy it,
Yeah.
The only way to protect it is to keep it there.
Suddenly a new drug called Comfort starts popping up that's like just Jello based or like Comfort, or it's like yogurt based. It's like basically again the stuff. Like it's the deep dark secret of the 999 is like it could be used for evil from not just it's maybe like itself is not the bad part. It's what people do with 999.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
People are the true monsters, and they can
and you can have that social
destroy it or use it for something bad. Yeah,
exactly. And in this case, it could be a nice social commentary actually for like the cosmetic corporations, like the cosmetic companies, where like they use like animals and like specifically pet like dogs for like cosmetic like for cosmetic testing. So like like again like that's sort of the situation with this. So it could be a commentary on that if you were going to write that story or run that game or write that entry or something like that.
And we said before how like every time someone interacts with them, they're like quote unquote forced to feel happy and all that. So anyone writing any notes on him on the entry would be positive about it. But one thing that they didn't do was a test, or maybe they did it but they didn't show it. A test where there's two researchers. One of them goes in and talks to the guy, and the other guy stays like outside, but just witnesses, and see if they both have the same sort of reaction after the fact based on what they're saying.
Okay, like
have the same kind of conversation happen, and see if his effects transferred like just through. I say conversation. You can't talk to him, but
you can talk to him like a dog, like you talk to a dog.
And have the same encounter and see if it like transfers through, just from seeing him interact with things, or if it's just like you have to be sharing the same air with him.
Yeah.
Or direct touch.
Yeah, because it could be a biological or chemical reaction that that's in proximity to it. Like again, like there's a scent to him, so there's got to be some kind of particles in the air that you're smelling.
Yeah.
Similarly, yeah, I definitely get that. Also, I just really, he does understand human speech, because he just can't reply back the same way.
Yeah, he does understand some things. Like he understands like gun is bad.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't recognize like modern technology and stuff like that. So, so there might be a way to like have a conversation with him, like, but with like yes, no kind of questions and stuff.
Yeah, true.
But
see, like I would like to see more research like that on him, like tests and stuff, right? Because the only tests we got are, here's this monster that hates everything. Can you make him like you?
Yeah. Like Addendum C, interview with a slime ball. Yeah.
I'm gonna Disney Princess this and say I must have more.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would like to see a little bit more. Like it was what we got was fun, was great, but like we definitely could use some more.
Yeah. When I loaded this up, I'm like, you're just gonna read 999. Like, no, it's short, but that's fine.
And then
it's short too, so it works.
Yeah. But yeah.
Long story short, maybe it's his like anomalous properties that transcend through text, and so I'm being forced to say that he's the best little goo, but he is.
I think it's just aesthetically he's cute, and like maybe like even biologically or chemically he's inducing a cuteness field. So like you just can't help but be happy and like daw about him. So
yes,
but it seems like it's a mostly positive review on SCP-999, despite not being a horror focused SCP. There's still some spooky. There's still some creepiness in there. If you have an hour long conversation with some friends about it.
Yeah, if you dig into it,
you really dig into the goop. Yeah. But yeah, that'll do it for this week's episode. So if you like what you heard, or if you didn't, leave us a comment in the comment section below where this gets posted, whether it be on Podbean, Facebook, YouTube, or Tumblr. We're all on Twitter. Mikey is at the E stands for evil. The Gamer in Yellow is at the Gamer in Yellow, but without that W at the end because his name is very long.
It's a bit at this point. It has to be.
Yeah. And I'm at Review Cultist. You can also send us emails at aldenterigamortis@gmail.com. That's ALDENTERIGAMORTIS@gmail.com. We're going to also leave us suggestions for other creepypastas, SCPs, spooky things. You creep it, we'll peep it. Yeah! And if you'd like to help support our show financially, you can go to Patreon. Look up Aldente Rigor Mortis and select the backer tier you'd like to support us at. We have $2 and $5 tier with special episodes, early access, extra content. To our patrons that are helping support the show, thank you immensely. You're helping keep those hosting bills at bay. And as always, we very much appreciate that. And to our listeners and the authors of these stories, thank you immensely, because without your listenership, it'd be like screaming into the void. And without your authorship, without these entries, without your entry, without the penmanship to write an entry about a cute little slime creature that has done nothing wrong whatsoever,
No.
in a foundation filled with horrors beyond time and space, we really wouldn't have much of a show because we'd have nothing to talk about. So thank you. Until next time, I have been your host, Review Cultist.
I'm Mikey. The E stands for evil.
And I'm the Gamer in Yellow.
And regardless of whatever you celebrate, happy holidays from Aldente Rigor Mortis. We've read Santa, a drunkard, and Blackwood, a sea slug, Gordo's and Mother, and hey, what's this weird mug? But do you recall the cutest SCP, a slime ball? SCP-999, a little yellow goopy guy. And if you ever hugged him, you would feel warm and sigh. All of the other entries couldn't hold a candle to him. Not even Joey Fucknuts made me want to sing this hymn. In this redacted research site, a staff doctor came to say, 999 682's in a plight. Won't you start a tickle fight? Then all the base did love him, even Grumpy 682. That is until they moved him. Then the beast escaped and slew. Then the beast escaped and slew. But don't worry, 999 helped in rescuing the survivors.